women's dark desires. It's a subject that Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, spent much of his life exploring. And today, in this episode of Sia English Learning Pod, I, Mandarin, am going to guide you through this fascinating and sometimes uncomfortable world. We'll share a bonus tip at the end, so stay with me till the very last part to get it. Now, Freud believed that human beings are driven by hidden wishes, what he called the unconscious, a deep space in the mind where memories, fears, and secret desires live. And when it comes to women, Freud's theories often focused on what society at his time called dark desires, emotions and needs that were not openly talked about, especially in the late 19th and early 20th century. He said that under the surface, many of our choices, love, relationships, even jealousy, come from hidden forces. One of his ideas was about repression. This means pushing desires deep down because, well, society says they are not acceptable. For women in Freud's time, their voices were often silenced, so their wishes for freedom, for independence, for passion, were hidden behind polite smiles. Freud once said in simple words, "Unexpressed emotions never die. They come back later in uglier ways." And that is exactly what he saw in his patients. Dreams, slips of the tongue, or sudden emotions revealing what had been repressed. Another of Freud's controversial ideas was about the connection between desire and power. He suggested that women, like men, had ambitions, wishes, and fantasies that went beyond what society allowed. But because culture labeled them as dark or unfeminine, women often lived in conflict, what they wanted versus what they were told to want. Freud admitted honestly, the great question that has never been answered, and which I have not yet been able to answer, is, what does a woman want? This showed his struggle, and also society's confusion about women's inner world. And here's a psychological thought. Modern researchers now say that desire itself is not dark, it's natural. What makes it dark is silence, shame, and suppression. When people, especially women, are told not to feel, not to want, those emotions don't vanish. They build pressure inside, like steam in a closed pot. Freud's gift, even if imperfect, was opening the conversation. He gave words to what was once unspeakable. Let's make this real. Imagine a woman in Freud's Vienna, expected to marry young, raise children, and never question her husband. But deep inside, she wanted to write, to travel, to explore love on her own terms. Freud would say, that tension, the outside rules versus the inside wish, is where psychological suffering begins. And honestly, even today, many women still face similar struggles. So what can we learn? First, that listening to your own feelings is not selfish, it's human. Second, that repressing emotions may seem safe, but in the long run, it can cause anxiety, sadness, even illness. And third, that exploring your desires, through reflection, through writing, through safe conversations, is a step toward freedom. Freud's theory of dreams is also important here. He called dreams the royal road to the unconscious, meaning dreams are a window into our deepest self. So when a woman dreams of flying, or escaping, or meeting a forbidden lover, Freud would say the dream is not nonsense. It's the hidden wish speaking out. Modern psychology may not agree with everything Freud said, but it still respects his central idea that the mind is deeper than what we show on the surface, and Here's the bonus tip I promised. If you ever feel confused by your own thoughts or hidden desires, try journaling before bed. Just write without judgment. Let the words flow, even if they don't make sense. Freud himself once wrote, "Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise." And many therapists today still agree. So, remember, your desires are not dark. They are part of being human, and giving them a voice is giving yourself freedom. And if you're enjoying this and want to improve your English faster, don't forget to subscribe.